Hey guys, and welcome back to Lazy Cow Reactions and to my next reaction to see. This is Rockabye. So I don't like the title, Rockabye, and I know it's similar to that nursery rhyme, to that nursery song, Rockabye baby. So it's going to be interesting to see what is in this, what happens. It seems like battle's going to happen. Maybe Ren can still talk to Edu about not going into battle, about stopping. When I was looking up Edu Boss, it said that he was in 8 episodes, which would be season 2. But I saw the season 3 poster because I have it saved, in my files. That's obviously what you're seeing right here, obviously the season 2 one. Well, I've got the one for season 3. And the one I have for season 3 has Baba and Edu on it. And I'm thinking, okay, so is that really season 3 poster, or was that just something that they took? Because it only said he was in 8 episodes, and I'm thinking, I think he's had 8 episodes with this, unless IMDb wasn't updated, which is a possibility. IMDb is usually pretty good at being updated, but not all the time. And I think it's kind of like Wikipedia, really, where anyone can make an edit to it. So, if somehow he was in more episodes, but someone just didn't update after season 2, then that could explain it. But these shows are usually pretty good. Like I said, I know Baba, Magra, Kane, Haniwa, Kofun, Paris. I know that they're all in 24 episodes. They're all part of the full series. So, for me, it's kind of like when a character gets hurt or something, and it looks like they could die, or they do die or something. If I know that they are kind of like the lead or something, I know they're going to be back. So like this, even if something happens like to Baba Voss, we know he's around in season 3. So it doesn't matter if it looks like he dies. We know he's not dead. But it does make you wonder, is it always accurate on IMDb? Which I don't think it is. And you think they would work harder. But I say that I'm not sure that it's completely accurate, because there was something, and I'm trying to remember what it was, if it was Heartland or what, but I'm pretty sure there was some thing that I looked up, some show that I looked up, and it wasn't showing it as completely done. A couple of the episodes, it wasn't showing for a particular actor, but I knew he was in the episodes because I saw him in it. I'm not sure. I don't remember. But, and that was, a bit of time had passed. It wasn't like it was the day after the episode had aired and they hadn't updated it. This was like a year or so. So IMDb might not always be the most accurate. So maybe I shouldn't say, well, I know he's in 24 episodes. Maybe he's not. Anyways, enough rambling. Let's start the season 2 finale. Oh, the soldier running. Ah, shit. A retreat. How can they shoot arrows when they can't see? Or are they the sighted ones? It seems like you'd just be shooting into the dark then. Why are you pissed, Ren? That's Honeywa. If you really care about Honeywa, you wouldn't do this. Run out of arrows, hon. You're going. Cool bridge. Okay, it was Edu. Going for Baba.
You always did here better than the Ayudas. You still have Ranger's whistle. He gave it to me. Right before they locked him up for helping you escape. Everyone close to you always ends up suffering. Now it's your turn.
Uh-oh.
Leave this place, Ido. Please.
Yeah,
It is over.
heed the advice. Go.
It's not over.
Yes, it is.
Not while you're still breathing.
Or you. Oh, that was a good slide. Didn't these two end up appearing in like one of the Avenger movies? You have Aquaman and Bautista, who was in Guardians of the Galaxy. I think it'd be kind of funny if they were in that and then in this together too. Throw a rock or something. Come on, Baba. Oh, ow! Oh, fuck! That would break his back. How is his back not broken? I wouldn't say he's going to come after you. I mean, we know he survives, but... Oh, he got him. Are you... How cocky are you now, Edu? Didn't mean we had to stay warriors.
It's always been our fate to die like this.
Are you sure?
Leading into the earth. Tell me. Our father really instructed you to kill me. Yes, he did.
And he couldn't do it with her. I mean, Edu's dead, so...
You know I can't do that.
Yes, you can!
My family. My home. I couldn't leave them any more than you could leave yours.
You can get a new home.
I can't be at war with you.
No.
I don't want that either.
Then join her. Paris too. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
Is honorary in grateful recognition of your holy service.
Nice. You think you'll kill anyone who tries, but you underestimate them. As I said, she thinks she'll kill anyone who tries, but she definitely underestimates them. You know, I was thinking she killed Cora, so I was kind of wondering if she was going to do something with Paris, and then I was like, no. I thought Paris was in the third season, but maybe she's not. Maybe she doesn't make it. Baba Voss spent like 20 years roughly fighting for his family, and then suddenly he just leaves them? That doesn't make sense. You know, Magra's going to be upset, and so are the twins. Can say all she wants, oh, you know, I'll kill this child, blah, blah, blah. You might not get that chance. Again, you underestimate them. So, we'll see. Edu is dead, unless there's going to be someone else who takes over in season 3. Well, dead, but like I said, I saw him for 8 episodes, but then there was that poster that was showing them for season 3, unless somehow it's not like an official real poster. It should be the poster that you see here at the beginning of the season, but or excuse me, beginning of each episode. But you never know, I may end up switching the poster depending how things go. Season 2 is now in the books. God, I am like loving this series. I can't believe I only have 8 episodes left to go and then I'm done. You know, I'm so glad that I decided to go ahead and react. I say that about every show that I react to. But it's true. It's like any show I go and react to, it's like I'm so happy that I reacted to it. You know, I have just like, I had no idea what to expect when I started this. I knew that I was watching it for Tom Meissen. I knew it was about, you know, people who didn't have sight and 2 kids were born. That was it. Like, I knew about Lord Harlan being loyal to the Queen, which is, he's loyal to Magra, that Queen. But other than that, it was like I had no idea what I was getting into. And maybe that's good, because if you go into something with like 0 expectations, you're not really disappointed. You know, anything can end up being good and fun when you don't know anything that's going on or have any expectations. And the first 2 seasons, you know, have been great. I have been loving this, and so I can't wait to see where the final season takes us. No pun intended. I can't wait to see where we are going to go with this. You know, I'm wondering if by the end more people are going to have sight. You know, like if there's going to be a way that people like Baba Voss and Magra and Harlan who don't have sight, if they will be able to somehow gain sight. If somehow, you know, it might just come to them and by the end of the series they have their sight back. I don't know. Another thing I like, and I was thinking about this like a day or so ago, one thing I like with the show is the balance between the sighted and the non-sighted and how they work together. You know, like obviously when you have sight you have the advantage of seeing people who might, you know, come up on you. But at the same time, the unsighted also have an advantage over the sighted because your eyes can play tricks on you. You know, we see that all the time. People imagine things that aren't there, or they pretend that they see things that aren't there, stuff like that. Whereas having things like smell and hearing and everything, that really you can't fake. So you might not be able to physically see someone, but you might be able to hear them. And with the way it goes with these guys, they're so far advanced in like their hearing, for example, like what we saw in the first episode when the woman was like they're 400 heartbeats away. You know, she was able to determine how far in the distance these soldiers were simply from hearing. So eyes can deceive you, but ears, smell, touch, senses can't. So that's why they all work together, you know? So they both have their benefits. And so I like on this show that you know, you will have like, maybe you have like Baba, you know, saying, don't let, you know, sight slow you down or something. And, you know, he ends up like hearing something that they shouldn't have. But then later, you know, someone like Haniwa is able to save him because, or Kofun, because he didn't see someone coming or was distracted, and they are able to go ahead. So I like the balance. And Kofun said to Haniwa about that, you know, you think you're special, or you think we're special. She does. She has always kind of felt superior in a way. And I know Magra tried to put the kibosh on that, but I don't think it worked. But yeah, she's always tried to put the kibosh on Haniwa, thinking that she and Kofun are better than them because they have the ability to have sight. But just because you have the ability to have sight does not make you superior. It does not make you stronger. Because again, as I said, you have that balance. You know, yeah, she might be able to see and shoot her arrows, but time and time again, her sight has deceived her. And she has needed help from the non-sighted, from Baba Voss, from Tamac Jun. And so I'm hoping that by the end of the series, she will realize that what makes her special doesn't necessarily make her superior. It just makes her special. Special is not always superior, and superior is not always special. Thank you for joining me for the season 2 finale of C. I am in love with the show. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok, hit the like button, subscribe for more content, hit that notification bell so you will be alerted when season 3 posts. Please go ahead and click on the link in the description if you are looking for an editor. I'm sure she would be happy to go ahead and talk to you. She's the one who puts up the graphics, the picture-in-picture. She does basically all the work here. She deserves all the love and praise. Thank you so much to her. Also, I know times are tough, but if you can spare $5, my Buy Me a Coffee is in the description. Love to be able to give you a shout out in a future video or a future short. If you do it for C, then I will be happy in a C video to say, hey, thank you so much for your support. Plus you feed my caffeine addiction, and that's always a good thing. If you follow me on Instagram, you will find the latest regarding things that I'm working on, clips of upcoming shows or movies that I'm doing, you know, shorts, things like that. So please head over. It's Lazy Cat Reactions. You should see the graphic somewhere up here when my editor puts it in. So please support me, but also head over to Instagram and follow me there. That will be your best place. And like I said, go ahead and hit subscribe button and the notification bell so you can be alerted of C or check out some of my other videos. I'm really happy that you're here. I cannot wait for season 3 to see what we are going to come across, and to see if any of the people who are dead return from the dead. Since Tamac Jun did, some others might too. I will see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.